What's going on, people? Welcome to the LV Live show. I'm LV Live. Please hit that like, share, subscribe button. Once again, I want to thank all the new subscribers for coming by to my channel, man. It is truly, truly appreciated. Big time win for them boys. What they call it, the Big Easy, right? The Big Easy. Beating the Pelicans 130 to 125. The captain, 28 points, 10 assists. OG Anunoby, 23 big points, 11 rebounds. Total team effort today. We saw the return of Deuce. 14 big points for him. 12 of those points coming in that fourth quarter, knocking down key free throws. Deuce was awesome. Welcome back, Deuce. And the captain, 10 of his 28 points in that fourth quarter. Total team effort, man, but the MVP tonight was OG Anunoby, man. He had to guard Zion Williamson, who is a load. Everyone knows that, how he goes to that Baja. But OG Anunoby coming up with big-time steals, blocks, dunks. He looked like a third-team All-NBA guy and a first-team All-Defense tonight. Big-time win for them boys. They have won 15 out of their last 18 games. Go to 23-9 on the season and 2-0 so far on this 3-game road trip. Great win for them. In a street fight. That's what this game was. Because there's no fouls being called. No fouls being called at all. We're taking it back to 55th to Rucker, uptown where I'm from. That's what it was. It was no blood, no foul. That's why the refs were calling it. It was just, you saw Akporte walking out. He had a bloody nose. Mikal Bridges, he's holding his face. He's getting knocked in the mouth. No blood, no foul. That's how it was tonight. Knicks pull off a street fight tonight in the Big Easy. What's going on, man? Appreciate you guys coming through rock with me. Lionel Monis, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through rock with LV Live. This Rover, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through rock with LV Live, man. Goaty Goat, 9489, man. It's my first time seeing you, man. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to the channel, man, Goat. But I appreciate you coming through rocking with me and my crew. This is what we do after every game. So I appreciate you, sir, coming through rocking with me and my crew, man. Tony, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through rocking with LV Live, man, on this Monday night. Vibes, one of my day ones. What's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through rocking with LV Live. Lou Boogie, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through rocking with LV Live. Namrit, another one of my day ones. What's going on? Appreciate you coming through rocking with LV Live. J Supreme, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through rocking with LV Live. Big Task. Big time win for them boys, 130 to 125, beating the Pelicans. The captain, 28 big points, 10 assists. Knicks won a street fight today. A street fight with the return of Deuce. Big time clutch free throws for him and a big time three-pointer. That three-pointer right there in that corner. Bang, bang, put the Knicks up. He should have been fouled, but, they said he kicked his feet out, whatever. They wasn't calling anything anyway. Guys are walking out with bloody nose, black eyes. So what? No harm, no foul. Great victory for the Knicks. Go to 23-9 on the season. Awesome win for them boys. Rondo, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through rocking with LV Live tonight. Eric Green, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through rocking with LV Live. Corey Lindsay, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through rocking with LV Live. Everybody coming through rocking with me. I truly appreciate it on this Monday night. Freezing night out there in New York City, man. It's freezing outside. The wind is howling out there, but so what? We got a victory tonight, which is great. Wins like this are extremely important for this team. Certain plays I'm going to touch on, but I just got to talk about the importance of victories like this. When the refs aren't calling, because let's be clear, they wasn't calling on both ends too. They let a lot of fouls go for us as well. And that's just the way the game was being called. This was playoff atmosphere, the way they were letting them play. And you got to learn how to adjust to that. And once the Knicks started identifying, okay, we got to stop complaining, just play through it, then the game changed. And I think that a lot of times you have to adjust to that. You got to adjust to how the refs are calling the games and then find ways to win. That's it, period. And I think that's the beauty of this team. And this is what we're starting to see with this team, the identity that they're forming, that they don't complain. They just go out there, they just get victories. It doesn't matter how they win it, just do it. Now, I felt like this was a game they should have won easily. just like the Hawks game. But as you guys know, it is tough to win on the road in this league. Extremely hard to win on the road. And so when you get out there, you see how the refs are calling it. They're not letting things go your way, and you got to fight through that. You got to. And I thought that that's what they had tonight, a lot of fight to pull out a victory today. Another tough victory, but to me, that is needed, and that's how you build that championship DNA. That's how you build that championship DNA. Tough games like this, because it's going to be games like this in the playoffs too. We know because we saw it in Detroit, right? That's how it was. We were able to pull out victories like that. So that is the key for championship DNA. Even when you don't play your best, even when things don't go for you really well that night, you still find a way to win. That's what the really, really legit and elite teams do. They find ways to win. And that's it. OG Anunoby, great stat line, right? He didn't shoot great from three, but it didn't matter, right? You didn't realize he went 1 for 8 from three today. 1 for 8. But it didn't matter, right? His impact was shown on so many different levels. He was getting after it defensively. He was challenging Zion. He was getting strip balls, going through the Baja, finishing strong. And see, it's things like that that really kind of help you build character. Once again, build that championship DNA to be able to pull out victories in May and June, because that's what we're building towards. Everything is stacking blocks. We're stacking days to build towards May and June. So now we got the body armor to be able to deal with whatever the playoffs are going to throw at us. That's what this is building. So exceptional win for them boys. Before I touch on OG Anunoby, because I will, haven't I been screaming for Diawara? Haven't I been screaming for him? The more he plays, the better, right? This is a perfect example. Everybody knows these guys don't get practice time. They're not practicing now. They're not. On off days or off days. So right now, they're going to be traveling to San Antonio. They're not practicing tomorrow. They're not. So the way you get better or you develop is you got to play. He's playing a lot. Look at the confidence in this kid. Look at the confidence. You see how he's defending. Getting strip steals and all that other stuff. Finishing strong in that Baja. First play of the game, he realized he had a mouse in the house. He said, I'm taking it to the Baja. I'm getting busy. Let me finish. First 5 points for the Knicks was by him. He only had 18 minutes tonight. I would have played the kid like 20, 25 minutes. If he's on a heater like that, I would have played him. And I've been screaming for this kid. You know that. LV's been screaming since day one for this kid to play and give him minutes. 18 minutes, he had 18 points, 7 for 9 from the field, 4 for 4 from 3. 1 rebound, 2 steals. One defensive rebound. You got to play the kid, man. You got to play him. McCullough didn't get that many minutes. I don't know why. Only 9. I know it's the return of Dukes, but still. He gave Yabusele 16 minutes. I do not know why. Yes, he knocked down shots. He cannot defend a cone, man. You see it. You saw what happened. Brunson balked on him because he couldn't. He was like, yo, my man, this is winning time. You got to set the screen. He's all the way in the corner. He don't know what he's doing. They yanked him out right after that. It's not about hitting shots, man. It's about knowing the game. It's the little things that help you win, man. So, I heard the broadcast. They said, the Yabusele knocked down shots. No. He can't defend. He can't rebound. That's what we need. Diawara was exceptional today. You guys got to understand. He's about 6'9", 6'10". I think he's 6'10". And you see him defending. You see him contesting shots. Every time he's jumping, it feels like he looks like he's 7 feet out there. He's long. He's athletic. He's got to play, man. He's the perfect prototype of what the league is today. The more he plays, the better he's going to be. Jay Supreme, yeah, pause on that. I apologize, man. I apologize. I'm doing my soliloquy right now, Jay Supreme. Sorry. You know how we do uptown, man. Pause on that. You know what I'm saying? But this guy has all the upside, man. And I've been screaming for them to play this guy. Screaming for them to play this guy. And you're seeing the results, man. You're seeing the results in how he's playing. He was exceptional tonight. And you see the confidence oozing out of the guy. So you got to continue to feed that, man. You got to feed that monster. Let these guys develop, because once again, you're going to need these guys in May and June. I'm telling you, you're going to need them. Especially when you start going deeper into the playoffs, guys start getting wear and tears on their body, because of the season. You're going to need these young guys, man. And so to me, games like this, he needs more minutes. And I love the fact Mike Brown also, too. Guys, what did he go? I think he went 12 deep tonight, right? He played everybody except for Dadier. I thought Jamison came in and gave great minutes. Great minutes. You see him, they had him at the end of the game defensively for Cat. And they brought McCullough in defensively for Brunson. We're so glad to see the return of Deuce. He was out there, getting after it defensively. He was the one that caused Poole, who's a chuck. He forced him to kind of mess up and shoot a crazy three-pointer, got the rebound, knocked down 3 throws. 4 points for Deuce, man, which was huge to seal the deal. I just love what I see from these young guys, man. I do. And I think it's just really, really awesome, man. Really, really awesome to see, man, because this guys, you got to understand, this is what's going to help us in the season, man. And I keep on, going to it, going back to this, and I have to stay on topic here in regards to it. Like, this is the OKC blueprint. This is what they're doing. They're changing the league. And also, too, not just the OKC blueprint, but the second apron stuff. You can't just run out and grab top stars. You can't do that. So you got to develop your talent. The guys that you drafted, you got to develop these guys. And I like what we have. But I do think they're going to make a move. I think they're going to move Yabusele, and I think they might move Dadier. I think they're going to move those guys. Because you're going to need another piece. Like, you're going to need another big man or something like that. Maybe I don't know who, but I'm just saying. Right? So I possibly could see that happening. But my point is that you see the youth. You see what these guys are doing. Last game was McCullough. Today is Diawara. Before that, it was Kolick. Kolick still, he's still figuring it out. I thought he had a couple of, quiet games, but he looks more aggressive. He looks great out there running that second unit. And believe it or not, it was Kolick coming in that fourth quarter, putting a surge to the Knicks to cut the game down to 2 because we were down 7. Clarkson hit a jumper. Kolick hit a 3. Boom. Before you know it, it's 103, 101. Now we're in striking distance. Now we got now it's ball game. Now game on. And that was a big part of the game, too. So that was part of Kolick's crew, right, with that second unit, with Towns out there as well. And with that second unit also, remember, Towns hit that 3 to put us up. Once we went up by 3, that was it. I believe it was that 3 that he hit, right? 109, 106. Kolick was out there doing that. So what I'm saying is that's the thing here, man. That's the thing. We got to continue to build on that, continue to build on this youth movement, man. I love what I'm seeing from those young guys. All right, man, let me get in here chat, man. Let me see how everybody's doing. I appreciate everybody coming through rocking with me tonight, man. On this frigid night in New York City, you guys are out here rocking with me. I truly, truly appreciate it. Trust me, man. I do this for y'all, so I truly appreciate it. Okay, Tony says Zion was bullying Cat and exposed his soft defense. Look, Tony, don't do that, Tony. Tony, we know who Cat is, man. Come on, he's not a defensive stopper. We know this, Tony. So he didn't expose anything of something that we already knew. Cat ain't out there to defend. He's out there to get 20 and 20 and 10. That's what he does. And even though tonight he only shot the ball 9 times, I thought they should have fed him more, especially when they had mismatches. But whatever, that's the offensive scheme's okay. I thought they should have fed him more. He only had 9 shots. Check it out, guys. 12 for 12. Had another double-double and 4 assists and 2 blocks. So Towns, 30 minutes, 4 for 9 from the field, 2 for 4 from 3, 2 for 2 from the free throw line. He didn't get enough shots, but still a double-double for a 7-footer. So I'm not mad at what he was doing. The problem wasn't offensive for him. It's not. And it's not even so much him. The problem for everybody tonight was defense. We were struggling in the first half. We couldn't stop a nosebleed. But then we tightened up things in that second half, only allowing them. First half, what they score, like 70 points. And then second half, we only allowed 50 points for them. And honestly, we really won us the game, like I said, with Kolick starting off that fourth quarter. And that crew, that really kind of spearheaded things to get the momentum going. The Knicks won that fourth quarter. The score was 34-22, and that pretty much sealed the game. And that was led by Towns in that second unit with Kolick and everybody else, man, which I thought was fabulous. And that pretty much sealed the deal. Okay, Lou Boogie says it was a street fight. Yo, word up, man. It was, right? Back alley fight, old school style. It was like back in the day, remember? Yo, I'll meet you at 3 o'clock. It was one of those brawls. Lionel Mona says our defense wasn't that great in the first 3 quarters, but we found a way. Agreed, man. Agreed, Lionel Mona. Totally agree. Totally agree. Totally agree. Rondo says, welcome back, Deuce. Agreed, man. Agreed. Agreed. It was great to have him back, man. Great to have him back. He was knocking down big shots, too. Big shots in that fourth quarter. OG was clutch. Deuce was money with the free throws. Agreed, Eric Green. Agreed. 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 Tony says, we are finding ways to win and close out games. Something Coach Brown has turned around for this team. Salute, Coach Brown. Agreed. 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 Okay. Nammer says OG was a monster. He was. I'm definitely going to touch on him in a minute. He definitely was. Jay Supreme said finding ways to win tough games on the road is huge. Agreed. It's not easy, man. It's not easy. It's not easy. You know, you're not going to get the benefit of the whistle. It happens like that. So you got to find a way to kind of say, all right, let's just get a win. And let's sneak out of here with a W and keep it pushing. Tony says, Diawara is Pascal Siakam in the making. Yeah, he's got that feel to him, right? But he's a little bit more athletic than Siakam. And I think he's bigger than Siakam, too, he looks like. Jay Supreme says Diawara has the tools. Agreed. Agreed. Eric Green says, we are the hunted. We get every team's best shot. Young guns are making big contributions. Agreed, Eric Green. Agreed. Agreed. Listen, we're going to need that, man. We're going to need that. Okay. Paul Saar, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through Rock with LV Live tonight, man. Eddie Kofi. What's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through Rock with LV Live tonight. Cola played good. Yeah, Eddie Kofi agreed. Agreed. That fourth quarter was big. That fourth quarter, he led the charge. Him and that second unit led the charge. He definitely did, because we were down 7 going into that fourth. And they led the charge with a big fourth quarter, and that pretty much sealed the deal for the team. Disc Rover says the Zebras didn't call any fouls for us in the entire second half, excepting that intentional ones on Deuce. Yeah, man, listen, Disc Rover, they didn't call fouls for anybody. And then also, two guys, that challenge at the end, they were trying to. I was like, yo, you guys are really making it look crazy. That was all ball with OG. That wasn't no forearm. He didn't extend the forearm. He's got to stop Zion. You got to have the forearm out to stop Zion from just running you over. No one plays defense like this. No one does that. You got to have a forearm out there to absorb contact. He didn't push off, nothing. He absorbed contact, stripped the ball, and that's it. That was all ball. That was a bogus decision by the Zebras, as you say, this Grover. That was all ball, man. That was a terrible call. Terrible call. Paul Saw says Deuce was good, especially after missing so much time. Agreed, man. Agreed. Okay. Tony says, what was going on with Mikel, man? Only taking 5 shots. 5 shots. He has to be more aggressive at all tonight. Tony, he plays within the flow of the offense, Tony. Sometimes he's aggressive, sometimes he's not. But I understand, like, it didn't really matter to me. Like, he was defending, man. He looked tired. I mean, I don't know. Tony, we scored 130 points, Tony. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody was scoring. So the offense wasn't a problem, Tony. We needed to get stops. And we couldn't rebound the ball. First time in a long time, and this is where Mitch's value is going up here, we got our rebounding tonight. Right? And so his presence was missed big time in that Baja, right? So, but I'm not surprised that he didn't play, because they're saving him for tomorrow. They're saving him for Wemby. So that's what this is. They're saving him for that. And I think they're going to, and I don't think he's going to play against Atlanta neither, because remember that's going to be a back-to-back. Home game is Atlanta and Philly, so they're going to stay. Now he's not going to play against Atlanta. He's going to probably play against Philly, but they're saving him. I think he's playing against the Spurs. That's definitely happening. But offensively, that wasn't a problem, Tony. Like so I didn't really care about that. I think defensively, on the defensive end and on the glass is where I had issues tonight with the team. But you're going to have nights like that. All right, guys, what about OG Anunoby, man? The biggest thing with him has always been injury issues, right? Knock on wood here. But he's showing, once again, I've said this before, why he's so expensive, right? I mean, to be able to guard Zion, and Zion's tough. He does what he does, but you need a guy out there that can do that. You need a guy that can guard Giannis when he's in town. You need a guy that can guard these powerful wings, right? That he can do, but also put up 23 points and grab 11 rebounds and 2 steals in one block. 3 steals in one block. So this is why he is who he is. And so when he's in the lineup, the Knicks are a totally different team. Totally different team. He's showing you the value every time he's out there. Because when he's out there, you're not thinking about nothing else. You defensively, you ain't worried about it. Like, I'm not worried about it. Even that steal that he got, right? And Clarkson fumbled the ball, scared to go to the rack. He had to fight through Zion to get that. That you need a different type of beast to be able to deal with Zion. And that's what he is. And that's why he's so expensive, guys, because you could put him on Zion, and then you could put him on a wing like Jalen Johnson. And then you could put him on a guy like Embiid. Then you could put him on a guy like Joker. You could do that with OG Anunoby. That's why he's so expensive. And he can give you 23 points. And give you 2 blocks and steals. Like, this is what it is, man. His biggest issue is health-wise, knock on wood. But when he's healthy, he's on a different level. He's on a different level. And I just thought it was an exceptional game from him today. Exceptional game. With that being said, let's listen to OG Anunoby, man. Listen, awesome game tonight. I'm sure he's going to get defensive player of the game. I'm sure he's going to get that. But let's listen from him. Let's listen to him, man. I thought he was awesome again tonight. Listen, Zion's going to get his. He is, but you still got to make it somewhat difficult for Zion. And I thought he did that. Zion's going to get his, man. We know how good he is, when he's healthy too. He's another one. But, you need a guy that you can put on Zion and, he can possibly get stops on Zion or get steals like OG did and get blocks and all this other stuff. And then finish strong in that Baja on Zion with that big dunk that he had when he went baseline. And went right around Zion, finished strong in the Baja with 2 hands, right? So you need a guy like that. And that's what OG provides, man. That's what he provides, man. That's the beauty of OG, man. And that's why he's getting paid so much money. So let's listen to OG right now, guys.
OG, we got Jordan Clarkson. Hey, congrats on a great performance. What was it like going head-to-head against Zion Williamson? It seemed so physical to watch.
Yeah, I mean, he's an amazing player, one of the toughest toughest in the league, downhill. Like, he's really an incredible player, so it was really cool.
You guys gave up 75 first-half points, but only 50 points allowed in the second half. What was the difference in the second half on the defensive end?
Just taking the challenge, being more physical, doing what the coaches have us do every day, and just following through on the court, executing.
You guys are doing a great job here of late down the stretch, winning these games at crunch time. What's been the key to that, you think?
Getting stops and then efficient scoring, getting a good shot every time down and then getting stops.
Diawara gets a start, career-high 18. What's it like to be on a team where it seems like it's a different, unheld player stepping up every night?
I mean, everyone's talented, and Mo's super talented. He's going to keep getting better and better, and it's awesome for him to see. He's an amazing player. He's going to keep getting better and better. It's really cool to see.
OG, congrats. Happy New Year. Great to see you.
Happy New Year.
All right, Mike Allen, back to you. Great win again for the Knicks.
Awesome game for OG Anunoby, man. Awesome game for him, and I think, he's definitely in all-star, consideration. Do I think he's going to get it? I don't think so. But first team all defense, I think that's definitely a lock. I think, if he continues on this pace, I think it's a lock that he's first team all defense, especially with how well the Knicks are playing. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. He's definitely going to be first team all defense. I mean, Polestar says OG's an all-star. Look at that. I mean, I hope so, Polestar. So a couple of guys ahead of him, man, who are putting up monster numbers, right? So I think Jalen Johnson gets in over him, man. Jalen Johnson's put up numbers for Atlanta right now. So, I think he's one of those guys that can steal that spot. Of course, Jaylen Brown's going to get in. You know that. So those are two forwards right there. So, yeah. So I don't know. I don't know. It's pretty heavy for that position right there. Those wings, they pretty much know who they want to put in. So that's going to be tough. Tony says, LB, man, what was your thoughts on Yabusele tonight? I didn't like his game tonight at all. At all. And I know people want to say, LV, you bugging. I don't care about the shots. We got enough guys that can score. Like I didn't care about that. It's cool that he's knocked down jumpers. Like it's okay. Like, cool. But he can't defend anybody. And he can't rebound. And when you're that size, you got to be able to hit the glass, man. You got to be able to get boards. You got to be able to defend. You got to be able to block shots. You got to be able to do something, man. Like you're 6'8". You got to be able to have some resistance. He has none. And my thing is that we don't need you to hit shots, my man. We need you to defend and block shots. And that's why, it may sound crazy when I say it, but that's why I would rather Precious over here than him. Because Precious is going to defend and he's going to block shots. He's going to get active and he's athletic. So Precious is going to finish strong around the rim, right? You know what I mean? You don't want him shooting threes. That's not his game. You don't want to try. You just want him to defend, block shots. We got enough guys that can score. We got enough guys that can do that. And so tonight, I didn't like that with his game. Yeah, he knocked down shots, cool. But I was watching him on a defensive end and on the glass, and he can't do anything, man. And there was one part in the game, and this is when Brunson screamed at him. And he got yanked right after that. Did you guys see that? I saw him go to the scorer's table, and I said, "Yo, this is a bad move. If he's putting him in, if he's putting him in, this is a bad move to put him in. He should have put in Diawara. That's who he should have put in, because Diawara's got the size and athleticism, and he's going to defend. He's going to rebound. That's what you need in that moment, right? And so, to me, it's not what could he do? We don't need him scoring. We don't need that right now. We need stops. You know what I'm saying? It's winning time. Why are you trying Yabusele out there for what? I thought that was a major screw up. You know what I mean? We're lucky that didn't come back to bite us, and you know what? But I thought that was bad decision making, because this is winning time. Because remember, guys, it was like 2 minutes left in the game or 3 minutes left in the game, something like that. They brought him in, and to give OG a breather, you should have brought Diawara in. And there was the same time Zion was coming back in the game. I said, "Yo," they took OG out because he had played the whole fourth. I said, "Yo, OG needs a break. He's struggling. He's kind of lagging. Lagging. He's kind of staggering a bit. You know what I'm saying? You got to kind of give him a breather. Bring in Diawara." When they trotted him out, I said, "Yo, what is going on, man? What is going on? There's no way." And it's not so much Diawara had 18 points. It's not that. It's the fact that he's bigger than Yabusele and he's more athletic and he's a better defender. And he can get steals, he can get block shots, he can rebound, he can do all those things that you need right now for winning time at the wing spot. So that's just, you got to identify that. Corey Linder says, "I want Sadiq Bey in New York." Yo, Sadiq, he was killing in that first quarter. Listen, but here's the reason why he was killing. And this is where I got to look back at the coaches now. Who made the decision to have Brunson start off defensively on Sadiq Bey? Who made that call? He should have been guarding the kid Fears. He should have been guarding him, because he didn't do nothing tonight. He should have been guarding him. You don't put Brunson on Sadiq Bey. That's why he was scorching in the first quarter. He had 23, and they decided to not do that again, and he only scored 3 points for the rest of the game. He had 26 for the night. But that first quarter, they had Brunson guarding him. I said, "Yo, who came up with that bright idea?" Made no sense. But whatever. They made an adjustment. Cool. They calmed him down real quick. But yes, he would be a nice piece for us coming off the bench offensively. He would be. Because with us, all we need him to do is just get buckets. That's it for that second unit. Right? So you match him out there with Cat, and you let him kind of get busy offensively. You know what I'm saying? Let him do his thing coming off the bench. right? But at the same time, you know what I mean? He might be kind of expensive, right? Do the Knicks want to spend that? And they don't need to right now, right? So you got to ask yourself, what do you need more? Do you need more of a guy that can come off and score? Or do you need a guy that can come off who has size that can defend, rebound, and block shots? Like, what do you prefer? And so to me, that's the biggest thing. Vibes is it? Yeah, yo, Vibes. That's what I'm saying, Vibes, man. Insane, man. Insane, man. There's no way. He's unplayable, man. He's unplayable. This Rover, got it. This Rover, stop it. This Rover, stop it, man. Stop it. There's no way. You watched the same game I did. Vibes is Diawara should have been. Yo, agreed, man. That's just Vibes. It's just matchups. You got to identify what's going on in the game. You got like, okay, look, all right, just matchups. Okay, cool. OG needs a breather, right? But here comes Zion. Okay, we need someone that's athletic enough to stay in front of them that can move their feet. Go get Yabusele. Hell, no way. Go get Diawara. Come on, man. Listen, just get. We just need. Can you give us 2 minutes? 2 minutes, so we can get OG in to close the game. Give us 2 minutes. Okay, I got you, coach. We don't need you to shoot and score. 2 minutes, and then Brunson probably balking him like, "Yo, pay attention to the offense, man," because that's why he yanked Yabusele up out of there because he didn't know what he was doing. This Grover says, I said that in respect to why Brown brought him back in. No, this Grover, man. Yo, man, no. Because this Grover, in that moment, we not listen, man, look, okay, this is not an equal opportunity place. Okay, we're trying to win the game. All right, we ain't here trying to make people feel better. Look, this ain't preseason. Okay. We're trying to win a game. There's 3 minutes left. You can't defend a cone drill. And Zion's coming back into the game, and our best defensive player needs a breather. No way do we make that move. He'll probably be back after the road trip, Corey Lindsey. I think he'll be back. I seen him out walking around too, man. I seen him out. I wasn't there, but my man was out in Brooklyn. He said he saw him because his high school was out there playing. Who was they playing? They were playing in some tournament out there in Brooklyn. Some Jumpman, Michael Jordan's Jumpman joint. Because my man, because Luhai played Long Island Lutheran. That's where VJ Edgecombe went and Mellow Sun. They was playing in the tournament. And then a couple of other teams too was playing this weekend. And Josh was out there. He saw him walking around. He looked all right. So I think he'll be fine. He may not play against Atlanta, but he might play against Philly. You know what I'm saying? But I think he's okay. They're just giving him time to rest. The server says, that's just Brown wanted, regardless of how we feel about it. Yeah, listen, Discover, I understand it, but it's just not a smart move. It's just not a smart move. You know what I'm saying? It's just not a smart move. Like I just didn't like that move. You know, and listen, I feel like Mike Brown has been pushing all the right buttons. But I think in that aspect right then, he really kind of dropped the ball there. You know, or his staff or whomever made that decision. Whoa, what's going on, man? Long time no see, man. Look who popped in the room. Atlantic Lion, one of my day ones, man. What's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through, rocking with LV Live, man. Hope all is well with you, sir. Long time no see. Happy holidays to you and yours, Atlantic Lion, man. Appreciate you coming through, rocking with LV Live tonight. Big time win for them boys, 130 to 125. The captain, 28 points, 10 assists. But guys, all in all, man, I thought it was a great game, man. Also, too, man, it was great to see Deuce back, right? Deuce looked good, man. Deuce looked really good. He had to kind of get his rhythm, but Deuce looked really, really good, man. Deuce looked really, really, really good. And the beauty with Deuce is that, you know, you don't really, you know, he knocks down shots, but really you want to see how he moves. And I thought defensively he was solid. I thought in the beginning, Deuce looked a little tentative, right? That's how I felt. He looked a little tentative at first. But I thought he was able to kind of start establishing himself defensively. He made a couple of layups, right? Yeah, layup, and then I thought, okay. Then he started seeing the ball go through the hoop. And so it was good to see him back. It was good. He's key to what it is that we want to do, man. He's extremely, extremely important. I think Lion says, man, LV, man, you knew something about the kid DUR, man. He's a beast, yo. Listen, guys, listen. I've been screaming for him for the longest. For the longest. He's the prototype of what this league is today, man. So you got to play the kid. And you know, listen, I mean, I'm not sitting here saying, you know, I'm the guru. I don't want to say that. But I mean, the more you play, the better you're gonna be, man. Because now you're not overthinking things. You don't feel like you're gonna get yanked out the game if you make a mistake. You got to play through your mistakes, and then through that you'll play better, and then your teammates will build confidence in you and stuff like that. And then the rest is easy. You see how Tyler Kolek's playing, man. You see how he's playing. You see how well he's playing. That's only because he's given the opportunity to play, man. That's once again the kind of what Austin Rivers said. It's not development, man. It's just not. He's playing. You know what I'm saying? That's it. So the more you play, the better you're going to get. Then you're going to be more confident next game. So the next game you should play. So that's why I love the fact that Mike Brown's going deep. When we play the Spurs, it should be the same thing. It should be the same thing. Same thing. Same thing. Play the same guys. Do the same exact thing. Also, too, guys, I think the Spurs lost tonight, man. I think the Spurs lost to the Spurs lose 2 minutes. The Spurs lost to the Cavs. Yeah, man. Heat smacked the Nuggets. You see Joker went down too. Joker went down with a bad knee injury, man. Got to see what's going on with that. Yeah, the Cavs beat the Spurs, win 113-101. So what the Spurs lose now? 2 in a row, right? They lost 2 in a row because they lost to they just lost to Utah too, man. They just lost to Utah. Let me see something really quick, man. The Spurs. Yeah, the Spurs lost to Utah, and they lost to Cleveland. They lost 2 in a row, man. League is tough, man. The league is tough. As you see how we're kind of, you know, we certain teams we should be smoking by 20. That's hard to do in this league, man. It's really, really not easy, man. You know what I mean? It's really, really not easy. You got to come prepared to play every single night because it's tough to win on the road, man. It's not easy. It's really, really not. So when you're able to get a win, man, you're able to get a victory. It doesn't matter how you win it, man. Just get the dub, man. Get the dub and come home because the league is tough, man. It's really, really, really tough to win in this league. So it doesn't matter how you do it or whatever. Just get the W, man. Get the W. You see the Spurs. Spurs lost to Utah. Utah at home. And then they just lost to Cleveland. Now we know Cleveland is still solid, you know what I mean, because of how they played us the other game. But based on their record and based on how everyone's been pretty much saying that the Spurs are the team in the West now, right? They lost to them. So that's what I'm saying. So it doesn't matter, man. It doesn't matter. You got to come ready to go every single night. And if you don't, you're going to lose. You're going to lose if you don't come prepared to play. Larry Line says, man, when was the last time we went 35 games into a season before facing the Pistons? Yeah, I mean, you know, they're trying to build up the game. I mean, we see them next week. We see them next week, man, on Peacock. That's going to be the game. You know what I mean? Everyone wants to see. I'm not really amping up that game. I don't really care, to be honest with you. If we win, we lose. It doesn't matter to me. Everything is stacking days, stacking wins, and getting ready for May and June. That's it. And building these wins, and that's it. Because even if we beat them, I wouldn't care. I'd be like, all right, cool, move on to the next. Because that's what I want everybody to be healthy and be ready for May and June. That's it. That's when now it's time. And because I think last year, and you guys correct me if I'm wrong, everybody in the chat, I think last year what happened, the way we lost in the Eastern Conference Finals and how we lost, because I felt we should have beat them bums. It just got me so motivated for this season. Because I feel like this is the year. So I just want to get through the season and get ready for May and June. Like, that's because I feel like this is our window. And so, yes, you got to enjoy the journey. Like, I understand that. But because we got so close last year in the Eastern Conference Finals and faced a team that we should have beat, I feel like we dropped the ball in that aspect. So I want to get back there again and finish the deal and make it to the finals. And when you get to the finals, anything can happen. And to me, that's all I care about. Because I know the Knicks are going to get wins because we're a really good team, as you guys are seeing now, right? So regardless of however, it doesn't matter. May and June. Continue to stack days, get better, and get prepped for May and June. That is it. And make that push. But in the process of doing that, we got to develop these young guys. And they're doing that. And they're doing it. And they're looking, guys, and this is why Mike Brown is here. This is probably why he's still on the interview. They probably asked him, yo, you going to play our young guys? Hey, listen, Leon, I'll do whatever you want me to do. All right, you got the job. You got the job. And so I think that's kind of like, that's basically what's happening. And so it's just beautiful to see, man. Beautiful to see the growth of this team, man, especially with this youth movement. You got to love it. All right, guys, let's listen to the coach, man. Listen to what he has to say about tonight's game. Once again, I think he's doing an exceptional job. I think Mike Brown's doing. Bringing his new system over here, which I think is extremely, extremely good. Bringing that pretty much that Golden State blueprint over here, man, which is really working for this team. So let's hear from the coach.
It's in the second half.
Pause this.
Zion.
Here's this. Pause this right here. Let's hear from what he has to say regarding the win tonight. Knicks go to 23-9 on the season. Let me make sure this is all queued up for you guys perfectly. All right, cool. Let's listen to the head coach, guys.
What a game. We came out. You got to give them a lot of credit. Couldn't stop anybody to begin the game. And, Sadiq Bey had it going. He had 26 in the first half. And then Zion was a load for us. And, Jordan was good for them off the bench. But at the end of the day, we did a better job on Sadiq in the second half. I think he had 0 points in the second half. And, Zion kept them in the game and Jordan Poole kept them in the game. But our guys, found a way. They actually came out after that first half and did a better job defensively in the second half. We held them to 50 points in the second half, which was huge. In third quarter, they scored 28. Fourth quarter, they scored 22. And that's an average of 25 points, obviously, per quarter, which is closer to what we want to be because we feel like we can score with anybody. We just got to lock in defensively and try to do it for 4 quarters. We've done it in spurts, and tonight it was in spurts, but we found a way to get a win. A lot of great performances from our guys. And I played 12 guys, and every person that I called, they came in and they contributed in some way, shape, or form. 35 assists, Mikal with 10, and Jalen with 10. That's a phenomenal game from those two guys. Cat with a double-double. I don't know if he's leading the league in double-doubles, but he's not leading the league. He's got to be in the top 3. And again, I say this, with conviction. That's what all-stars do. All-stars, great players, figure out a way to impact your team. And getting a double-double tonight was huge for us, especially with them going big. And then Mo kept us in the game early on offensively, knocking down timely shots. And, the more he's out on the floor, that's the more he's getting comfortable. So it was a lot of fun to watch Mo play the game. But reality of it is our defensive player of the game that just put his footprint on the game on both ends of the floor. Another all-star of ours is OG Anunoby. I don't know who can guard OG on a closeout. If you're closing out to him, to me, it's a wrap if he wants it to be a wrap. You can be big, you can be small. You got to get all the way to his body because he's going to knock down the 3. And if you don't get down to his body, he's so quick and so strong. He's going. The more he's out on and then Mo. So it was a lot of fun for another all-star. Watch Mo play the game, but
I don't know what happened there, like the Matrix. I don't know what happened there. Listen, great breakdown by Coach. Great breakdown by Coach. Right. I'm gonna get into another part of the breakdown here. I don't know what happened there. I gotta fix up the technical difficulties, but I love what he talked about. First, I'm gonna touch on this too. He touched on Cat, and I think a big part of what he stated, like that's what all stars do, and I love that he stated that, because a lot of times you look at, okay, this guy didn't have 30 tonight, right? Or this guy didn't have 28. Isn't he an all-star? Isn't he second team All-NBA or whatever? But are you impacting winning? And I felt that that's what Cat did. He had a big-time block on Sadiq Bey, crashing the boards, getting rebounds. And that three-pointer that pretty much put us up by 3 that give us our first lead since the first half was major, right? Because that's what kind of propelled us to the victory today. And that was a big-time shot that he had. And so I love that Coach mentioned that. I love that, because that's huge. Because once again, sometimes people look at stat lines and they say, okay, he didn't have 25. That didn't mean nothing. Yo, man, but did he impact winning? Did you win the game? And that's what sometimes, if you guys notice, I've said the same thing about Mikal. People are like, yo, he should be doing this. He's impacting winning, though, man. We're winning games. So it doesn't matter. If he's not impacting winning and we getting blown out every game, okay, cool. But he's impacting winning with steals, blocks, whatever. He's in the fray. Like, he's in the mix. He's always doing that and doing the dirty work. And we're coming out with big time wins because of him. Same thing, Cat today. He mentioned Cat's double-doubles. I believe he's second to Joker in double-doubles in the league. So, I mean, the guy's an all-star, man. So I'm not worried about Cat. Right? And then, he didn't mention this, but, you see the assists, right? Brunson had 10 assists today. 10 assists on top of 10 big-time points in that fourth quarter. I mean, listen, guys, what do you think? You think he's going to be back-to-back clutch player of the year? I mean, he's been a monster in money time. A monster. Is there any bigger player right now in clutch moments than him in the league? I'm speaking of everybody. Everyone's talking about, Cade is all these guys, Cade and Maxey. Is there anybody better in the clutch in this league than Brunson? Anybody? And if you guys are saying no, then how can all these other guys be better than him? How? And his team is probably top 3. You guys rank the teams, right? You say the Knicks are the number 3 best team in the league right now, probably behind the Spurs and OKC. If we beat the Spurs Wednesday, I think we're number 2 in the league, right behind OKC. So how are you like the best closer in the league? You're averaging almost 30 a game, but yet they got all these guys better than Brunson. Like, it makes no sense. Makes no sense. And that, to me, is what separates guys from other guys. Like, you could be a really good player, you could be a really good scorer, but when it's money time, who wants the ball? Who do we want to give the ball to? And so when you're looking at stats, you're saying, okay, this guy's pretty equal, this guy's pretty similar. But what separates those guys? Winning time. Who do you want to have the ball when it's winning time? That guy, okay, he's the better player. You see how easy that was? That's very simple. When it's winning time, who do you want to have the ball? To me, it's very easy. It's not hard to figure out. Tony, there's no better player than Brunson. Agreed. Look at this, Grover. Let's not say that, Tony. This, Grover, please break it down. Why you don't want to say that? This, Grover, please break it down. Tony says, Cade is nowhere near Brunson, and I'm tired of the comparison. It's Shea, Brunson, Joker. That's it. Agreed. But I'm going to switch it for you, Tony. I got Joker, number 1. The numbers he's put up is insane. And then I'm going to give Shea because he's MVP last year, and then I'm going to give it to Brunson. That's what I'm going to do. BQ from BK, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through Rock with LV Live, man. Truly appreciate you coming through rocking with us today, man. It's truly appreciated. Hey guys, really quick, let me say this before I get into more. And I'm glad you brought that up, Tony, about how you rank the 3 best players in the league. Do you guys see what Joker's doing? If you can, Disc-Rover, because Disc-Rover always does it. Disc-Rover, bring up Joker's stats for me, right? Can you bring that up for me, Disc-Rover? Bring up Joker's stats and put it in the chat so I can put it up on the screen here. And here's why I'm doing this before I kind of get more into the team. I have to say this. Everybody is screaming how Joker, Disc-Rover, yes for the season, Disc-Rover, yes for the season. Disc-Rover, I appreciate you. Everybody is screaming how Joker's the best player in the league, right? This is everybody. All the pundits, everybody, even, some of the players. His stats are. All right, here we go. Tony, good job, Tony. 29, 12, and 11, right? Didn't he have 50? What did he have the other day? Was it 50 points? And was it 20 rebounds and 20 assists? What was his stat line the other day? It was something crazy, right? It was like 56 and what was it? Because it was like an overtime game or double overtime or whatever. Wasn't it something crazy? I'm saying this to say, right? If everybody's saying that about this guy, Disc-Rover, good job. 56 points, 16 boards, and 15 assists from Joker, right? Would you guys say he's the most unathletic guy in the league? He can't jump over a quarter, right? He can't jump. He can't move. He can't defend either. He's not a good defensive player. He's terrible, right? Wouldn't you guys say that? I'm just asking, right? I'm asking for a friend. But he's destroying the league. Destroying the league, right, guys? Wouldn't you say that? With his stat line and everything like that. What do you think Michael Jordan would be doing today in the league? What do you think Magic Johnson would be doing today in this league? What do you think Larry Bird would be doing today in this league? So, when you hear these guys talk about the old timers and how these guys stunk and they were bartenders and they Joker is the same player that a lot of those guys were back in those times. Joker, you know what Joker is? Joker's like a better version of Bill Laimbeer. Like that's athletically how he is. If you guys remember Bill Laimbeer, Joker's like the same guy, but he's a little bit more skilled than Bill Laimbeer. He's more skilled, of course, but up to athletic wise. He doesn't block shots. He can't, and he's just skill wise, he's on a different level. So you can imagine. Just imagine what a guy like Larry Bird would be doing today if Joker's doing this today against these guys. What a guy like Magic Johnson would be doing today at 6'9" point guard. What he would be doing today to this league. If you see the numbers that Joker's putting up. It's not athleticism. It's not. And there's so many times I'm watching this game and I'm saying, the guys don't know simple hoops, man. I'm watching the game and I could tell, I'm like, these guys don't know simple rotations, man. They don't know simple things. Like, they just don't. And whereas the Joker is skillful, his skill is on a different level than all these dudes, and his IQ. Things like that, guys back in the day in the 80s and 90s did in their sleep. Those guys would run circles around these kids today because these kids don't know the game. They don't know the game. They don't know the game at all. Yeah, they could do all these moves. They could jump out the gym, and they got these Euro steps. Joker doesn't do none of that, man. He's just skill. Pump fake, pivot, fake pass, jumper, bounce pass, chest pass, rebound, hit the ball ahead, hit my free throws, knock down this. Let me get a pump fake. Let me rebound, get good position. I mean, just simple stuff he's doing, and he's cooking dudes. What do you think? I'm telling you right now. What do you think Larry Bird will be doing today, man? He will be. Listen, I don't think you guys know how big Larry Bird was, like how size. I saw him one time. Because I used to go. I was able to go to a Nets game a couple of times because of certain reasons, but whatever. And I think this was a time. I think this is the time. What was he? Was he coaching? Well, he used to coach the Pacers, right? He's coached the Pacers, right? Make sure. Yeah, he was on the sideline, so he was coaching the Pacers. So I saw him like walking around the sidelines, and I said, "Yo, that's Larry Bird." Now I remember I used to see the Knicks all the time because Knicks practice at my school, so I would see them all the time. So I saw how big certain guys are. Like Oakley was huge. Oakley was like. You couldn't believe how big a human being could be. Like he's tall, but he's like built like a brick wall. Like he's huge. And Oak's like about 6'8", legit 6'8". Larry Bird was bigger than him. Larry Bird's like 6'9", 6'10", easy. And I remember seeing him, and I said, "Yo, I didn't know Larry Bird was that big." And I said, now I see like why he was doing what he's doing. He's huge, man. He's big. Larry Bird like 6'6", 6'7". He's a legit 6'10", 6'9.5", maybe 6'10". He's big. And he was a coach walking around. So I can imagine in his prime when he was coming out of college, and that's why he was cooking dudes the way he was. So I'm telling this story here. LV's kind of going off a deep end, and I apologize. It was just something I wanted to talk to you guys about on my show. The misconception that those guys couldn't play today, that's insane. If you see what Joker's doing to these guys today. And he is not even close to athletically what a lot of these guys are today. Not even close. But he's running circles around these dudes. You know why? Because a lot of these guys don't know the game, man. They don't know the game. They're all athleticism and just shooting threes. They do not know the game. And he's running circles around these kids with just skills and IQ. That is it. I'm not, let me change the word. Not even skills, fundamentals. Let me say that. He's running circles around these guys with fundamentals and IQ. That is it. So imagine. That's why you heard guys like Iverson talking. He'd be like, yo, yo, Jordan will be averaging 40 today. He'll be averaging 40. Not because of his skill. We already knew his skills were through the roof. Remember, Jordan had like over 40-something inch vertical. So athletically, he was just as much as what these guys are today. But his fundamentals are on a different level, man. On a different level. I just had to throw it out there to you guys. You guys let me know what you think about that breakdown. But I'm telling you right now, if the Joker's doing this, you can imagine what a lot of them old-time cats who had the fundamentals down will be doing to these dudes today. What they will be doing to these cats, man. Larry Bird probably be averaging like 35, man. Larry Bird will probably be doing the same thing Joker's doing. I'm telling you right now, he probably be doing that. Because he wasn't as athletic as those guys. But he's putting up numbers. Numbers. So imagine if he's here today, what he would be doing to these dudes, man. If you just look at what Joker's doing. This goes says Bird would probably be one of the highest paid players today with his offensive toolkit. He would be, listen. Disgrover, Larry Bird probably be averaging like 35, man. I'm telling you, man. He will be killing these kids, man. He will be killing these kids. And there's so many times, guys, look. I never made it to the league. Like, I'm not sitting there trying to make it seem like I'm just this, but I know the game. Like, I know the game because I played, like, the fundamentals, things I learned from my coach, like, things that I did. Like, I played in high school and college. Like, you learn. I played with really, really great players that made it to the league. Like, you understand the game, like, because if you don't, you can't get on the court. Like, so that's how it was back then when I grew up. You needed to know the game. These guys don't know simple switches and adjustments on defense. Like, they don't know simple stuff. And I'm watching the game. I'm like, yo, why can't these guys? He's switching. When he's coming up a screen, you got to And that's just here. That's just here knowing the game. And so when I see those things, and I say, this is why Joker's doing what he's doing to these dudes. Because fundamentally, these guys don't know the game. They just think you just go out there, roll the ball out there, and just shoot threes and just cross somebody over, do a euro and finish. But they don't even know how to play defense. They don't know how to get in position for rebounds. That's why Mitch is doing what he's doing. Because then these guys don't know how to rebound. They don't know how to do nothing. That's a simple skill. And he's making it look like he's Dennis Rodman out there. And all he is big and just know how to get position and rebound. It's the simple things. This game is simple, man. It's the fundamentals that have been lost here. Whereas the European players have the fundamentals. That's why they're coming over here cooking dudes. That's why Joker's doing what he's doing. This is easy, man. This game's not hard. That's why the Joker's doing what he's doing. Larry Bird probably averaging the same thing. The same thing. Magic would be cooking. He would be destroying the league. He might be averaging 20 assists a game. He might be averaging 25, 12 rebounds, and 25 assists. It might be something insane because they don't know the fundamentals of hoops. They don't know how to cut. They don't know how to do nothing. They don't know how to move without the basketball. I'm telling you right now, guys, it would be insane with the numbers those old school cats we putting up. Jordan, forget about it. Jordan, forget about it. What's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through Rock with LV Live, man. Big time win for them boys in the Be Easy, 130 to 125. The captain, Jalen Brunson, 28 points, 10 assists. So I apologize, guys. I went off that soliloquy. But I wanted to talk to you guys about that because I saw what Joker did with the 56 points. And then I see he's averaging like a triple-double. I said, yo, I just heard people talking about, the older players. And I'm like, yo, wait a minute. Do you see what Joker's doing? He's the most unathletic guy in this league. But he's destroying the league. This tells you, man, that's a perfect example of what it means, like with these old guys and these guys saying what they would do today. Trust me. Tony says Jordan, he be averaging 43, man. 43. Tony, you saying, Tony, look, Tony, it ain't just you saying it. I remember Iverson said it too. He said, yo, man, Jordan be averaging 40. Easy. Oh, look at BQ from BK. We need to get the number 1 seed so Brown can coach the East All-Stars. Yeah, that'll be good. But I think I think it's different though. I think they do what do they do? I think they do they're doing it the world, right? What's they doing? Like they're doing like the world team against the states or something like that. They're doing something like that. Where it's going to be probably like Joker and Giannis and whoever else, like Shea, because they're not American-born players. They're going to be going against the American players. So I think it's going to be something like that, if I'm correct. What go on says, was it me or Bridges? I don't think he's invisible. What go on? I don't think he's invisible, man. The guy's playing every game. He plays every game. Everybody's been off. He's giving everybody a day off. Everybody. Brunson had a day off the other day. Ankle management, like whatever, Mitch is off every other day. Like he's the only guy that doesn't get no days off. None. So he'll be fine. Look at this Rover. This Rover, yeah, see? Yeah, McKell, yeah, come on. Exactly, this Rover. He'll be fine, man. He'll be fine. All right, guys, let's listen to the rest of what Mike Brown was saying, man. I kind of fixed the little issue I had here. So let's hear from the rest from the coach. He started breaking down OG Anunoby and how well he's been playing.
You're closing out to him. To me, it's a wrap if he wants it to be a wrap. You can be big, you can be small. You got hard floor, he's getting comfortable. So it was a lot of fun to watch Mo play the game. But reality of it is our defensive player of the game that just put his footprint on the game on both ends of the floor. Another all-star of ours is OG Anunoby. I don't know who can guard OG on a closeout. If you're closing out to him, to me, it's a wrap if he wants it to be a wrap. You can be big, you can be small. You got to get all the way to his body because you're going to knock down the three. And if you don't get down to his body, he's so quick and so strong. He's going right through your inner thighs. So offensively, he was huge for us. He was huge offensively. He was huge on the glass. But just as importantly, he was our defensive player of the game.
Well, watching you guys all the time now, I always get the feeling that the game's close. You guys are gonna win. Is that belief with
Offensively, he body because he'll knock down the.
I don't know what's
If
going
you're
on.
closing out to him, to me, it's a wrap. If he wants it to be a wrap, you could be big.
I think the Matrix is involved here, man. I don't know what's going on. Keeps on like going back. That's not me doing that. That's whatever how the system how this was recorded. But he's basically breaking down OG, man. You know what I mean? How well OG's been playing. I mean, OG was a monster today. I mean, he just was. I mean, he's getting after it. Should he be an all-star? Yes, he should be. But I just think it's going to be hard to really pick, just considering all the great wings that are in the East, man. And also, too, like I stated, it's a new format this year, so I don't know if he's really going to make it. But he's been awesome, man. He's been awesome. He's been awesome. He's been playing really, 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 really well, man. So I'm just really, really happy with how well he's been playing. And he's just an exceptional ball player, man. He really, really is. I mean, OG is just taking his game to the next level. And I think also, too, this is a big part as to why he wanted to come to the Knicks. He felt like he would have a bigger role here than he would do in Toronto. And, we gave up big pieces to get him. And if I had to do it all over again, I would continue to make that move, man, make that deal to bring him over here, man, because he changes a lot of things for us, man, which is really, really awesome. And you just got to be glad that he's here. But outside of the All-Star piece, I do think he's going to be all defense. I really, truly do. I don't think it's going to be a situation to where, he's kind of gets snubbed this year. There's no way because of how well the Knicks are playing. And so I think because of that, that's why I think, he'll definitely make first team all defense. But once again, he's just got to stay healthy, knock on wood. Right. Let's do that for him. He's just got to stay healthy. And I think everything else will come together. This Grover, yeah, Larry. Just don't let OG dribble. Agreed. He can't. This Grover, he needs to just attack. He needs to do what Zion does. If he doesn't have a wide open three, he should just do exactly what Zion does and just attack. That's it. Don't try to do crossovers and step throughs. We don't want him doing that. This Grover, you're 1,000% correct, sir. 1,000% correct. Let's not do that, OG, at all. All right, guys. Listen, let me get up out of here, man. Listen. Great win tonight from them boys. Beating the Pelicans 130 to 125. The Knicks go 23-9 on the season. And now we face the Spurs, who we beat in the NBA Cup game on Wednesday, on New Year's Eve. So let's hope we can go into the new year with a victory by beating the Spurs that day. And I'll be going live after that. So please come through and check it out. All right. Please hit that like, share, subscribe button. Hit that like button. Hit that like button, people. All right. Also, too, I appreciate everybody coming through, rock with me. It's truly appreciated. Once again, I do this for y'all. So once again, I appreciate everybody coming through, rock with me. All right. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. And also, too, when you do subscribe, hit that bell icon, right, to get all notifications for all my shows. And also, too, please leave comments because I do respond to comments. All right. I'm LV Live, and that's my show. I will be going live Wednesday after the Spurs game. So please come through and check that out. All right. I'm LV Live, and that's my show, and I'm out of here, people. Peace.